take to drive up?
It took us around an hour and 14 minutes, would you say?
Exactly.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, not at all. So I was being so hyperbolic. I was telling Jason, I was like, oh my God, like I was cheerful when I learned, I would be moving.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what am I going to do about church? But, it's
And
encouraging.
you're hyperbolic?
Yeah.
What's that?
I was just,
I have no idea what that means. Zero idea. Anybody else know what that means? Nobody know what does it mean? Only white person. The two Mexicans said no. What does it mean?
Like extra.
What?
Like extra.
Extra excited?
I exaggerated it a bit.
Oh.
To exaggerate.
But that's what it means, though.
It's a weird, what do you call it, principle of physics. It's like water that kind of builds up on itself. It's extremes? Something like that. It's sort of like a current that
How did you learn that word? He a Mexican too, though.
It's a technical word.
How did you learn it, though?
Oh, science, I don't know.
At class or on YouTube?
YouTube.
Okay, thank you. Welcome to Fellowship. I'm Jesse Peterson. Thank you all so much for being with me. You can get involved by going to our YouTube chat line, and Hate will pass on your questions or comments to me. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, y'all. Merry Christmas. Who's here for the first time? Oh, no wonder you're sitting by yourself.
Well, I'm tall. I don't want to block anybody.
How tall are you?
5'10".
You're 10?
5'10".
5'10", nice. What's your name and how did you hear about us?
My name is Claudia, and I watch you through YouTube all the time in
Oh, yeah.
Texas.
Where?
Texas,
Oh, you're from Texas?
yes.
So you're visiting here?
Yes,
Well,
my
welcome
sister
to-
lives down the street, and we were driving by, and I said, Bond, that's Jesse's place. I want to go.
Wow. Your sister Jewish?
No,
What? She's white?
no, she's Brazilian.
What's she doing in the Jewish area?
She loves,
We
The
don't allow
community,
other
the
races in our
peace.
area.
she
Well-
just loves the,
It's a very nice area. Before it became homeless, it was amazing then too.
well, there's hope now.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Any questions? You're welcome.
Nope, not yet.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome.
Thank you
All right.
so much.
You're welcome. And this is your first time today?
Yeah.
Tell me your name and how did you hear about us?
Aaron and YouTube,
Right on. Where you from?
Chicago.
Chi-town. Amazing. Any questions or comments so far?
Not right now, no.
All right. Amazing. And there, I know you're visiting from
Yes,
Tennessee.
I'm Derek, and I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, and I heard about you on YouTube
Right
originally.
on. Welcome.
Thank you.
Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, anybody else first time? Any questions? Well, we could do the offering. Everybody's saved. Yes, sir.
Sure, I have one. This is one I wrote down a while. Is it? Here, I'll just read it. Is it?
Don't be so hyperbolic.
Okay, here it is. Should you resent human wickedness?
No.
Yes.
You say, should you resent it?
No, I agree. I kind of knew that one.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, can I ask you another one?
Yes.
So I was, I was reading the book recently, the good old book, and I want to get this right. So Christ said something like, those who hate me and hate my disciples, those are the ones that can follow me. He said something like that. And I found that fascinating. He was basically saying, if you hate me, you can become my follower. And I'd never had come across anything like that or heard of that saying. And I was wondering what that means.
If you hate me,
If you hate Jesus Christ, then you can like,
follow him.
yeah, or something like that.
I've never read that.
I swear it's in there.
You must read
should have written
you
it
must
down.
read Satan's book.
It's in Luke's.
Is that it? Did you read that? Hake? Yes. I mean, you want to explain that?
It's the book after Matthew's.
I think in Luke it says something like.
You don't want to take the mic?
I think in Luke it says something about if you hate your family, your parents and your brothers and sisters, to join my family or something
Yes.
like that.
Not him, but
I should have come more prepared.
those who love their family, I paraphrase, those who love their family cannot follow him. You have to hate your family in order to follow him. Aren't you glad you hate your family?
Am I glad that I hate my family?
I'm glad I hate my family now.
Well, I see how they're wicked and how I'm wicked towards them.
Speaking
now.
to the mic.
I said, I see how they're wicked and I'm wicked towards them now.
But when you think about the idea of Christ saying, Christ now, the Son of God, telling you to hate. If you hate your family, you can follow me. Those who love their family will not follow him.
Those who love their family will not follow him. I mean, yeah, it makes sense to me. It's sort of like you have to deal with, you know, how you really feel or what's really happening instead of following like a fake love.
Amazing. Were you familiar with that verse? You read that verse before? And what did you think about it when you read it?
I think, and this is how I think if you put your family, if you love your family so much above God, you won't be able to follow his word anyways, because they will come first instead of him coming
Absolutely.
first. And he's supposed to come first above all, even your family.
You can't love anyone or anything more than him, even your children.
Because if you do, you will not follow him
Absolutely.
and do as you're told.
Isn't that amazing?
It is.
Yeah, amazing. Nice. I can't wait for you to update us. They want to hear from you too.
I'm ready.
Okay. How things going? What you been doing? And are you still white? Or did you become whiter?
Well,
She moved away. Well, most of y'all know she moved away from L.A., but not that far away.
Not that far away. You know, it's been interesting. I am closer to my in-laws. I'm not going to say much because
Right.
I'm saving it for the Women's Forum.
Yeah,
However,
I know that's a mess. It's not made for TV.
it is not made for TV.
Right.
I've seen evil, like, God does everything for a reason. And what I discovered was I was using, like, this church was kind of like my safety blanket.
Right.
Coming here every Sunday.
Nice.
Now that I am in San Diego and unable to attend as regularly, obviously, I've really seen some evil in me that is, it's kind of frightening. Like the thoughts that I've had and where I am, I thought I was farther along. I mean, I knew that I hadn't arrived, but you know, this move has given me such an amazing opportunity to really look at myself in a very real, authentic way, and to be truthful with where I am.
Nice.
And it has not been easy, Jesse, because not only have I been, you know, am I not completely, like, I feel like I'm in a different state altogether.
You're close to the border now, right?
I
Or
guess
are you? I
it
don't
is-
know exactly where you are.
I think it is close to the border, right?
Have you
Oh,
seen
it
a lot of
isn't.
Mexicans running across your yard?
No, I don't think, I'm not close to the border.
Oh, okay.
I'm not
coming.
close. There's a different part of San Diego that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's been sobering. It's been a little scary for me to see who I to see some things that I just didn't know were there.
And when you say you thought you were further along than what you are, where did you think you were? Where's further along?
I thought that, that's a good question. The way I've handled a few situations with a certain person has left me feeling, I've since made an adjustment, but it's left me feeling like, what have I learned based on how I handled the situation? I mean, it's not that I flipped out or anything, but it's just how I feel, how this person, and I know a person can't cause me to feel a certain
Right.
way.
Yeah.
It's something in me, but the feelings that I've had as a result of this person has revealed to me the evil that's in me still. And I want to be done. I really want to address it. You know, I really want to be done with that. I don't like it, and it makes me feel like I want to vomit.
Amazing. You haven't seen the depth of evil in you yet. You haven't even touched it. So the idea that you thought you were further along was just an idea, another line thought. There's no such thing as thinking that I am further along. Further along where? You know what I mean?
Right.
So don't let this thought deceive you like that.
Okay.
And you
I
move.
mean, and I didn't think about it, Jesse. It's just
Right.
when I found myself in that situation, a couple of situations, I've just been like, oh my gosh, like, how is it that I'm not handling this differently after being at bond for 2 years?
Right. You move close to your family?
I moved they're all, my in-laws all live.
Why
in that-
would anyone move closer to their family? You're supposed to be moving away from them.
Well, we
I
already
have
had.
never believed in living close to my family.
Well, I agree. I'm not living close to mine, but it just so happens that the house we've had, that my husband has had, is there.
Wow, you should
Yeah.
sell it
Yeah,
because it's going to be
Seriously.
mess.
I know.
It's going to get worse. Where did y'all get that idea you should move close to your family? For some reason, honestly, I'm not making it up. I have never thought of living close to my family. And I like my family. And some of them like me. A little bit. But I've never thought of living close to them. I always thought of getting away from them. I don't even like it when they say they want to come visit. So I get it like really straight. How long are you going to stay? You can't make phone calls on my telephone. You can't eat up my food in the refrigerator, because they'll eat all your food. And you go home and ready for a certain piece of dinner, and they're gone. And after 2 weeks, if they say 2 weeks, after 2 weeks, okay, you got to go. I've just never been that way. I don't know, maybe something wrong with me. I like them, but not that way. And who else like living close to your family? It seems normal. And hold it, Mike. Why does this, you like living close to your family?
I don't dislike it.
Do you like it?
I'd say I verge the side of liking it more than I verge the side of not liking it.
And why do you like it?
I mean, I'm a good Jewish boy, so
Oh, you're
I like
Jewish.
having my Jewish mama close
that
by. If I'm sick, she'll
explains
make
it.
me chicken soup. I grew up about 4 blocks from here,
Oh, you
never
did?
knowing what this building was for 30 plus years. And my good friend Derek here invited me, so I'm glad to finally experience what this is about.
Right on, welcome, man.
Thank you.
And so, well, you Jewish. I'm not talking about the Jews. The Jews love
Oh, so there's a
to
lot
live
of them around here.
The Jews love to live right next to each other, right? And they walk
do.
the street on Saturdays. And they
That's one of the things we're famous for around here.
and they never tell you how they make their money. I have a Jewish friend now. I'm trying hard to get him to tell me, how do y'all make your money?
It's funny you say that, Jesse, because I'm one of the few that did not win the Jewish Bavarian lottery.
You a poor Jew?
I wouldn't say poor, but I'm one of the few in my close circle of Jewish friends that didn't get any generational wealth.
Really? Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that.
Womp womp.
I asked my Jewish friend there. That's another Jew. Could your Jew
We
tell a
are
Jew?
everywhere, you know.
You noticed that was a Jew when you walked in?
I did not, but I didn't feel the need to know. But nice to meet you, fellow member of the tribe.
From one Jew to another one. And I've been trying
I'm from
to get
Israel,
people-
by the way, so if you want to learn some Hebrew, let me know.
See? Amazing. But anyway, welcome, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. I just don't believe that we should be living close to our family. Even God said, go out, if you get married, move far away from them. And so moving close to them is just bringing on problems. It just fights all the time. It's nice to visit. You know, you can come once a year, once every 20 years to visit. But not to live next door. So I wish you well. I really do. But stay with the prayer. You're going to need it. And watch it.
Well, why did you say it's going to get worse? I don't want you to speak that over me.
Over who?
Me.
Who you mean over you?
Like
I'm
or
talking-
to me.
I'm sorry?
Don't say it's going to get worse.
Do you think you're going to get... Whoa! I didn't even recognize you, man. Look, James. Hey. That's James' drunken buddy. No, I'm playing. I'm joking. Those were the olden days. Drunken buddy. No. Welcome, man.
We'll pick it up at the ladies' forum.
Right. I'm not. What do you mean? Don't speak that over me.
I mean, like, I don't want you to tell me that.
No, it is. Ain't no way around it. And especially
It doesn't have to get worse if I don't. I watch how you handle people
But I don't
who
live
are
around 'em.
defiant.
I'll live around them. But don't worry about it.
Okay.
It's going to get worse, but don't worry. And especially since you're working on yourself, and you're going to be around all these demons, and they're going to want to suck the life out of you.
Okay.
They're going to hate what's in you. It's just the way. That's why Christ said, go far away, not move near, not buy a house next to.
Well, yeah, it's circumstances. But the good thing is, and this is the last thing I'll say on it, is that, and then I'll tell you more.
You'll
at
be
the
here
forum.
Thursday, the next ladies meeting?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
Is that my husband? We're aligned. Like he tells his, he watches out for
Oh,
me.
good. Your husband working on himself too, right?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You're going to need it.
So he tells his, people how the cow ate the cabbage and
Oh,
all
nice.
that good stuff. Yeah. So,
Okay. So you don't want me to speak over you?
well, I didn't. Okay. I don't want you to say that to me. That it's going to get worse.
It makes you scared?
It makes me feel like I don't think it will. I think I can handle it as long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, which is being
Right.
present
Absolutely.
and doing the silent prayer. And I haven't, I've seen that work out well too.
Okay. I don't know of any family at all, whatever race or family you may be, and y'all live close, they live close together and they get along. I don't care if you're black, white, Mexican, Asian, Japanese, Chinese. Oh, Chinese eat rice too. Black, rich or poor. Families living together don't work. They are all into your business, number one, and you're never supposed to tell your family member your business. Your mama, your daddy, your brothers, your sisters. You're not supposed to tell anyone, but you're definitely not supposed to tell it to your family member. Look what happened with that guy that's running for office with Trump. What's his name? He used to be a Fox News guy. What's his name? Yeah, Pete. And so, according to the story, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I really don't care. But Pete has to, everybody got a screwed up, messed up past life, right? You're drunken, you're sluts and slut makers, and you just everything. And then at some point you get older and you build your life. You know, you work on yourself, you build your life. So apparently, Pete got divorced, I guess. He was married or something. And it sounded like while they were going through the divorce, Pete, according to the story, messing around with other women or mean to the wife. And his mama got involved. And she wrote a letter saying, I'm ashamed, something like, I'm ashamed of you treating your wife that way and cheating on your wife or something she said. And now it's all in the media, only because the mama wrote the letter. And you should have never had mama in your business. And now mama out there trying to explain it. Don't tell your mama your business. She ain't gonna be able to hold it. And she's gonna take sides. Family members take sides, whether you're right or wrong, and you're not supposed to do that. So don't live close to your, anybody live close to their family? Oh God. Oh God. Oh God, well you're a Jew. You live close to your family?
I live with my family.
Meaning like, are you married?
No.
Just you still at home?
Yeah, I had moved out, but then I had to move back in. And so I'm currently looking for a place to...
If it's not too personal, why did you have to move back in?
Because my roommate told me to leave.
And you couldn't find another place?
I couldn't find another place in time.
They had some cheap motels with roaches.
No.
I have never thought that I had to move back. I remember one time when I first moved out here in my early 20s, and things were really rough, really rough. And I thought, man, I'm gonna move at home, but I said, nah. And so I moved into a cheap motel. And when I said cheap, it was cheap. It was so cheap, it had roaches everywhere. I'm pretty sure I ate roaches for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and slept with them. And I'm sure when I put my clothes on, they would walk with me. It was just roaches everywhere. You ever had roaches for breakfast? Very crunchy. But I'm glad I didn't go back home. It just made me something to want to go on to the next step or something, right? And so I say that because you don't have to go back home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So once you go back, you get stuck.
No, it's true. Yeah.
See? Yeah, you get stuck. Mama ain't gonna let you out. Isn't that amazing?
No, it's not amazing.
It's not amazing?
It's unamazing.
It's amazing. But I wish you would. You'll do fine.
Thank you.
You'll do fine. I just wouldn't do it.
And we will sell the house at some point.
Oh,
but
yeah.
it just happened that the house is the house,
Right.
you know, and they all live in that same community. It wasn't by design. It wasn't like intentional, like I want to move with family. My
Right.
husband didn't wake up and say that. It's just circumstances.
No.
But thank you.
No, well, I'm glad to see you.
I'm happy to see you.
Yeah. And my family watching, some of them, the little few that like me. I'm just playing. I like y'all. And y'all can come visit sometime, but you still can't stay more than 2 weeks. All right. Anyway, so no other questions, right? What's on your mind? You.
There's nothing really on my mind.
Nothing on your mind? Where are you right before where were you before I spoke up to you right now?
I was thinking about my family. And
You were thinking about your family?
and moving
I can
back.
tell your family, your mind was somewhere else.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? His body is here, but his mind is in Mexico. And I want you guys and ladies to watch that today during this meeting. I want you to watch how often your mind somewhere else. You're sitting here in your seats. You look like you're looking up at me, but your mind is somewhere else. Keep your mind where your body is. Keep your mind where the truth is. Keep your mind where life is. You got to work at this because your mind will be somewhere else. Oh, I can't wait to go to dinner. Oh, that was a great party last night. Oh, somewhere, right? Oh, I beat my wife this morning. It was so nice. Oh, my wife beat me before I left. It was so nice. Practice having your mind right here today. Just as you was like, you're going to love it. You got to work on you. And I promise you, if you work on I'm promising you, you're gonna have a real life. You're gonna have a zone-free life. No problems, no worries, no concerns, nothing. But you gotta practice being present. At all times, God said to pray without ceasing. At all times, you gotta practice being present. Isn't that amazing? And that's what it means. That's why I encourage you to do the silent prayer, so you can, during the day, you won't be lost in your head, moving about in life and not seeing where you're going. It's going to be amazing. Yes, Raymond, and then here.
Jesse, I believe I have a dream once that I was afraid of dying, and I believe I know who gave me that dream. The devil is scaring me out of praying, especially at night.
So you're afraid of dying at night?
I was afraid of dying, period.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
And what is death?
Death is the end of everything, at least the end of your ego.
How do you know that?
Because when death comes, there's absolutely nothing left.
How do you know that?
What else is there after death?
So how do you know that, what you just said about death? How do you know that?
Because it seems like in this life, we live only by our ego.
But why are you making up all this stuff about death, and now you have all these ideas in your head about death, and you're afraid to die? Why not let go of the ideas about death, and whatever happens, happens?
Yes.
All the stuff you just said about death is just all made up. You don't know that. Have you ever died?
Not yet.
Okay, then why are you afraid of something that has not happened?
Because I know it can happen any moment.
How old are you?
66.
Oh yeah, that can happen anytime. I don't blame you. I'll be scared too.
But when
Raymond.
Yes.
There is no death.
There is no death?
There's only one death, and that's the ego death. Mm-hmm. And that's not you. There is no death. Now, if you drop your body in whatever state you're in, that's the state you're stuck in. That's for sure. If you die in your ego nature, you're stuck there in hell. And the same hell you're catching here is everlasting, no way out. I would be concerned about the ego. If you got to think of death, that's the only one I'll be concerned about. There's no other death. Death has been defeated. It doesn't exist.
So I shouldn't concern myself with death?
Not at all. And it's just not you, that's Satan telling you that stuff.
I expected as much.
Yeah, so let that pass.
Well, thank you for helping me.
You're welcome, buddy. Amazing. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just wanted to comment on family again. I live like thousands of miles away from my family, and I had a younger female cousin that came to visit me. She's single, and she walked into my house and was like, "Oh, you need a woman in here."
See that?
And she started like rearranging stuff in my house.
Wow.
And I would come home from work, and she would be very relaxed, just kick back on my couch, and I wanted her out of there. But
did you tell her?
I did. Yeah, I did.
You said you got to go?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And it wasn't the 2 weeks. It was a 1 week for me.
Right on, man.
But she was trying to mommy me as soon as she came in my house, and this is my my younger cousin. So
yeah.
I just thought.
Well, good. Yeah, right on.
I got her up out of there.
Sometimes they eat up your sweet potato pie too. You have like 1 or 2 pieces left, and you know you can't wait to get to those. And you come home the first week, they eat up your pie. You know you tick. Amazing, that's good. Any other question? Okay, I have a question. How many of you are spirit? You are a spirit? You are a spirit. Let me see the hands of those who are spirit. Don't be afraid to raise your hand. You do it like this. Don't be afraid. Let me see your hand if you are a spirit. All the spirits. Okay. You don't want to raise your hand? Okay, nice. Big Bump, you don't want to raise your hand? You don't think so? Oh, okay. You are, and what is the spirit?
Spirit is it's a ball of energy.
Are you asking me or are you telling
Well,
me?
I'm saying
I love our fellowship, y'all. Y'all keep coming, keep working on yourself. I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing. Go ahead.
it's a ball of energy.
That's what a spirit is?
Yes.
And so you're a ball of energy?
Yes.
And what does that look like?
Well, just energy. It's nothing physical. It's like it's energy.
And where did you get that from, that you're a ball of energy?
Well, it's nothing. It's nowhere that I really got it from.
You didn't hear that from anybody or read it anywhere?
I mean, I guess you could. The closest reference would be like science, but I'm not even really correlating it to that. I just think that we all are spirits.
And you think those spirits are a ball of energy?
Yes.
And that's what you are?
Yes.
Let me see your energy float around this room.
I can't explain it. I just feel like innately that's just what we are.
Innately, that's what you are.
Yes.
Okay.
Like something you don't have to even think about. It's just what you are.
And do you feel the spirit or energy?
I can't say that I feel it. It's just something that I know. It's like breathing. It's like I don't have to think about it. I just breathe.
Okay. You know for sure you're a ball of energy. You're a spirit, a ball of energy.
Yes.
And this is not relax. This is not a guessing game. We're fellowshipping. There's no right or wrong. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, that's just what I think. I think it makes sense too.
Oh, it does?
To me, it does.
Well, why you seem so uncertain?
Well, because you're asking me these questions, and it's a great question because I can't describe what it is or where I got it from. That's just right to me. Like, we're all spirits, we're all energy, because once we die, like, there's no energy moving about the body. It's just dead. It's done.
Oh, so that ball of energy dies?
Well, it's transferred to somewhere else.
Where?
Well, just anywhere else. Just not in your body.
Okay. Okay. Let me see the other energies. Let me do this side first. Did you have your hair?
I used to, like...
Let me first, you did say you were a spirit, right?
Not anymore. No, I don't
Did you
believe
raise
this.
your hand right now to say you are a spirit?
I put my hand up to my chin.
Oh, you did
kinda
not raise your hand.
unconsciously.
Okay. I just want to deal with the spirits first. Raymond, did you have your hair?
No.
Did you have your hair? You did?
I'm unsure.
Now you're unsure? No, don't be unsure. Are you a spirit?
I think
Look, you don't get a grade here. We are fellowshipping. There are no rights or wrongs. Well, there are a lot of wrongs, but no rights. Did you raise your hand that you are a spirit?
Yes.
Okay, and what is a spirit?
Something that's encased in here.
What?
It's like within the body. But I feel like maybe I'm many spirits, not just one.
How many?
Who knows? It could be endless.
Amazing.
Until I get rid of them, then I think I'll be left with my the spirit that God intended me to have and not what was imposed on me or what I accepted or the not me accepted.
And so what is a spirit?
I don't know what it is, but I just feel like it's something I can't see. It's just something that is within me.
And how do you know you are a spirit?
Well, I don't feel like this belongs to me, the physical. It's something I guess like inherited through my parents, but I see that it's really doesn't make up who I am. So I feel like I'm thinking more along the lines of like I know what I'm not rather than what I am.
But you do know you are a spirit?
I believe I am.
And what is a spirit?
All I could come up with is it's nothing. I'm nothing.
You are a spirit, nothing?
Well, I mean, like, I just can't come up with a real definition of what it is because I feel like I only know what it isn't.
But then how do you know you are a spirit if you don't know what it is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. I don't have a clear definition of what it is.
But you know that you are a spirit?
Well, maybe I've come to terms more with like what I am physically is what I'm not. So in my head, I'm like, I must be, what am I then? I'm a spirit. God gave me a spirit to get through this life, to go through this life, a journey, but maybe I don't have a real definition of what that is. But I accept that what I am physically is not who I am.
But you are a spirit. All eyes are on you, by the way.
Yeah. Maybe I'm not clear if I am then. I thought my only option was to like, if I'm not in the flesh, I'm in the spirit.
And why did you think that?
Probably because of Bible.
The Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Blame it on the Bible.
Yeah. For accepting, I'm maybe interpreting it incorrectly, not really seeking that from God and seeking what was in black and white maybe.
Okay.
Like maybe that's what it is I have an idea and there's not something that's giving me complete peace about it.
Okay. Amazing. Did you raise your hand? You are a spirit? Let her have the mic. You raise your hand, right?
Yes.
And are you a spirit?
When I'm
And
unconscious.
don't get nervous. As I'm moving across the room with this, don't get nervous. They may be right. Right? Okay.
I notice
Are you a spirit?
Unconsciously, I associate with that. And
No. Are you a spirit?
I said yes.
And what is a spirit?
A spirit is
Now, she used the ball of energy. So maybe you may be onto something here.
So a spirit is an identity, a label.
Your identity?
Well, yeah, and I noticing that the thoughts either glorify or vilify. So whenever I'm seeing myself, I want to glorify myself. So when you said spirit, I was like, well, I'm a Holy Spirit now because I'm silent now in prayer and I'm holy because I'm leaving it up to Him now.
So you are a Holy Spirit?
That's what I was, yeah. That's what I...
And what's a Holy Spirit?
A Holy Spirit it just is.
Is what?
Just is. It just
is what?
It's just right. It just is. It just is. Yeah.
So you are a Holy Spirit?
As soon as you said that, I was like, he said spirit, but I'm like, I know I'm Holy Spirit. The thoughts. I was like, yeah, I'm Holy Spirit.
So you're the teacher that God gave us?
No, I'm not a teacher.
Well, no, the Holy Spirit is.
Well, the Holy Spirit, in a sense, is the teacher within that's teaching me, so I'm just their learner. So I'm just learning from the Holy
But I'm
Spirit.
trying to figure out, you are a spirit. What is that?
It's well, it depends, I guess. Like, I'm just thinking I'm operating in love and acceptance, so it's just no judgment in that sense. So, like, yeah, that's why I just raised my hand, because, like, yeah, I'm spirit.
All right. The young man right behind you. You are a spirit. Did you raise your hand?
Yeah, I did.
You are a spirit.
I'm not sure now. So.
You're not sure now? Don't let it change your mind along the way. Why did you think you were before? What was it about you that made you say, I am a spirit?
Well, I was thinking the word soul, so it might be off. Maybe that's not the same.
But why are you doubting that right now?
I don't know. It's what do you call it? Like words. I don't know if like my definitions are the same. Or...
Oh, okay. So you're not sure right now?
Yeah, well, exactly what you mean by spirit, but I would say.
I don't have a meaning to it. I'm trying to find out from the spirits.
Well, I'm not all physical. I'm not all of this world. So, or maybe I'm none of this world. But whatever else is spiritual.
You said maybe you're not of the world?
Well, I am of the world, but maybe my true self or whatever is not of the world. But there's something more than the world, so I call it spirit, I guess.
So you call yourself a spirit because there's something more than the world?
That's right.
But what is that?
I could not.
What is it like walking around thinking, oh, I'm a spirit?
Well, I don't walk around thinking it.
You don't think of?
No, it's just the question.
Oh, okay.
So.
Okay.
But.
Anybody other spirits over in this group? Nobody else had their hands up in this group, right?
Right.
Okay. So, wait, man. Calm down. What the? That's that spirit. All that energy. So I got to everyone in this group, right? All the spirits. Okay. Let me see the hands here again. The ones that, all the hands that went up before. Not over there. Over here. So only one person raised their hand? So, okay, you are a spirit. What is that?
I believe a spirit is when you're present in the moment and fully conscious of what's happening.
And why do you believe that?
Because these past few days, I've caught myself going into unconsciousness, and then that's when I feel the corruption inside and the spirit going down and being weak. So I feel like when I ignore the thoughts and I don't associate with the emotions, I'm present and I feel nothing, and I'm just in the moment.
Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. Anybody else in this group? Oh, right here then, this group. Let me see the spirits. In the black hat, I know you raised your hand. Here. Oh, no. You were at the meeting, weren't you? Yeah, I was. Oh, forget about him. You raise your hand, you are a spirit, right?
I'm in the same boat as him. You mean
You did
soul?
raise your hand that you are a spirit, right?
Yes.
Okay, and what is a spirit?
Well, if it's the soul, if that's what you mean, then yes.
I'm just asking a question. I have no meaning to it yet.
Well, otherwise I can't answer it if I'm not answering the right question. Do you mean
Okay,
soul,
the
right?
question not clear?
So we're not going to do soul, we're going to do spirit then.
Oh, God. The question is, are you a spirit who in this room? And you raise your hand that you are a spirit, right?
If we mean soul, yes.
I didn't put them, it was a question.
I'm just clarifying.
What?
I'm just trying to clarify.
Okay.
If
Are
it
you
can't
a
be soul,
spirit?
then no.
So you are a soul spirit?
No, I think.
Doesn't sound like soul brother.
Yeah. If you mean.
I don't have it in me. It was a
okay,
question.
then I'm not sure what you mean, so it's hard to answer your question.
So it's hard to know if you're a spirit or not.
It comes down to definition. What are we talking about? Are we talking about something beyond the human body that perpetuates beyond time?
Are you a spirit?
Yes.
And what is a spirit?
A soul.
And what is a soul?
Something that is beyond probably my comprehension or human comprehension. And for the sake of communication, it's something that has to do with God, that gives humans, and that's the whole point of what you told Raymond, that there's no death. If there's no death, it's because we're spirits.
And so how do you know that about you? That you're a soul beyond God and no death?
It's just in me inherently.
Meaning what?
I've always known that.
You've already known you were a soul?
Had one.
That you had a soul?
Yeah.
And what does a soul look like?
I have no idea.
But how you know you have one?
Well, I don't think it's about what it looks like. It's, again, it's something that I can't necessarily define, but I know it's beyond the immediate and the material
But how
world.
do you know you have one though?
I don't know how I know. I think God put it in me, and I just know.
And what does it look like?
It glows like a light.
It glows like a light?
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
You guess?
I really don't know, but I'm trying to answer your question.
So you making up stuff right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
As we go along, you're making it up.
Why not? Because I honestly don't know.
And so why not leave it at that?
Okay. I don't know.
No, that's not the answer. Oh, that was the question.
Well, because you kept asking me, so I thought, well, let's come
You
up
raised
with
your hand. And I want to know what a spirit. What is a spirit?
Well, I think the spirit is something that we all have.
That's not the question.
Okay, I have a spirit.
And what is it?
It's something beyond the regular material world.
And what does it look like?
I don't know.
But you know you have it.
Yes.
Amazing. What good is you to have it and don't know what it look like or what it is or anything? Why have it?
Well, there's no death, right? If you're a spirit, there's no death. My body will die, but my spirit will live on.
And who told you that?
Well, yeah, the Bible.
Whoa. The devil just walked in. He heard about your soul. And I'm playing. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I learned about it in the Bible, but I believe that.
And what good has it done you to believe it?
A lot.
Like what?
I want to work on myself because of that, because I see it as not. If I just thought that this life was just one thing and that was it, I don't think it would matter. A lot of things wouldn't matter anymore.
Oh, okay. So because of time, your soul, is it black, white, or Mexican?
Well, in my case, it's a little bit of both.
Oh, mixed soul.
Yeah.
Nice.
Welcome to California.
Right on. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have your hand? No. Oh, okay. Who else in this group had their hand? I know you had your hand, but I don't want you to.
I was going to say I shouldn't have raised my hand because I was straight up going to say I don't know what a spirit is, so apologies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of retarded, so apologies.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, this group. Let me see all the spirits over here. Okay, in the back. You are a spirit, right?
Yes.
And what is a spirit?
We're all just a spoke on a wheel.
So what now?
We're all just a spoke on a wheel.
You and all those spirits you're talking about?
Yes, all of us. We're all trying to get to the end
No,
result.
we asked about you.
Okay.
You are a spirit, right?
Yes.
And what is that?
Someone going through life, trying to impress God, so I'll be accepted by Him one day, and this is all just a test.
And what does that spirit look like that you are?
This is my physical body, and the spirit is just becoming aware and working on yourself.
What does that spirit look like? How do you know you are a spirit?
Because I'm trying to lose the bad spirits in me.
What?
I'm trying to get rid of the bad in me, the demons from my head, and and this life is just where I get to prove myself to God.
But how do you know you are a spirit?
Because we can't be anything else.
When you say we, I'm asking you.
Because I
how do
can't
you
be
know
anything
you?
else.
I'm sorry?
Because I can't be anything else.
But what?
But a spirit.
How do you know that?
Because it's our inner stuff that really counts at the end.
What?
It's the inner side of me that is my identity and my spirit.
Your inner side of you is your identity and your spirit?
Yes.
But that doesn't make sense. Sorry.
I'm trying to say something, but I don't know. I'm pretty bad at explaining myself. So.
Are you Armenian?
Yes, I am.
No wonder.
I'm trying to get it out, but I don't know.
So you are a spirit, but you don't know what it is.
I know I'm a spirit, but I'm trying to be, I don't want to say the word good. I'm trying to be worthy of being next to God one day. And this is just something that I'm going through.
You can't be next to God. Jesus had that seat.
Okay.
There's only one
I'm trying to
chair
be
next
worthy
God.
of heaven, I guess.
And by doing what?
By working on myself and being aware that.
But if you're a spirit, why do you need to work on yourself?
Because I'm a bad spirit.
Oh.
I'm admitting it. I mean.
And you think that bad spirit is going to be worthy one day?
Well, this is the test that I'm going through to be aware of my problems.
What
and
is it
fix
like knowing you can't explain what the spirit is, but you think you're a spirit? What do you feel like right now?
What do I feel like?
Yeah. Trying to explain something that you think you are, but you don't know what it is.
Just myself.
What?
I just feel like myself.
You feel, right now you feel like yourself?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Are you proud?
Sure.
No, I'm messing with you. No. Okay, thank you, right here.
All right.
You raise your hand for the spirit thing, right? Okay. And you are a spirit.
Yes.
And what is that?
I think the spirit is like your essence of your true self, and I think it's how you connect to God. And yeah.
And why do you think that?
I just think the prayer is the only way I would
What?
ever. Through prayer is when I could see like that this shell is not really the real self.
So you believe you are a spirit, and it's the way you connect to God?
Yeah.
And why you haven't connected to God then?
Because the mind and the ego is in the way. It's like a block.
So your mind can rule over your spirit?
No, it shouldn't. I don't think it should.
And what does your spirit look like?
I don't know what it looks like,
That
but
you said that you are a spirit. How do you know you're a spirit?
I just know that when I'm fully conscious and it feels like there's nothing in the world that's wrong with me or anything,
Right.
I think that's when I'm one with my spirit.
You're one with your spirit?
In that state, yeah.
So who is one with the spirit? You one with the you?
No. I guess my spirit will be one with God in that state.
Oh. So when you say you're one with your spirit, who are you referring to?
That was a bad sentence. That was wrong.
Oh.
Yeah.
Amazing, huh?
Yeah.
I should have been a lawyer. I missed my calling. Okay. You just lost this case, by the way. No, I'm
Fair
playing.
enough.
Okay, right here. You raise your hand, you're a spirit, right?
Yes.
And what is the spirit?
I believe a spirit is an inexplicable force of nature that cannot be seen with the naked eye.
And then how do you know you're a spirit if you can't see it?
Because it's complex. Most people have never seen a spirit. It's not something that we experience as human beings on a regular basis. with the exception of maybe a few people who say they have seen ghosts or, strange things. I think I agree with what Randy shared earlier, and that was my answer, is that I know I'm a spirit when I'm present and when I'm doing the silent prayer, because those are the moments, those 2 moments in those 2 moments, I see the not me. I see the distinction between the me and the not me. I don't fully understand it yet. I'm getting there. But I don't think it's anything that can be explained. But I know it's true.
But you just explained your spirit, and you said it was complex, right?
It's complex in that, we don't see, or I'll just speak for myself, I haven't seen any spirits walking around per se.
So how do you know
because of
you're a
this shell.
spirit then?
Because the body is a shell, I do know that, and it breaks down. And if the body breaks down, yet I live on, I know that my living has nothing to do with my body.
And so how do you know that, though?
How do I know that I'm a spirit?
Would you just say your living has nothing to do with your body or something?
Right.
How do you know that?
Because the body breaks down and it's no longer. But I know that I'm
But how do you know,
continuing.
have your body ever broken down?
Well, no, it has not.
So then
But
how do you know that then?
Well, that's true. My body doesn't
No,
necessarily.
that was a question.
I love when you say that. It always makes me chuckle. So that's true. That's a good question.
No, that was a question.
Right. Exactly. That I think that I'm going to reframe that. My body doesn't have to break down. I'm going to have a vibrant, yes, thank you for that. I'm taking that.
All in the name.
I'm so stealing that. Yeah.
You just spoke that bad thing over you.
Oh, and that's another, I did, and that's another thing from earlier. That was such a Christianese thing to say.
Yeah.
I'm so done with all of that. Thank you for pointing that out. I will not say that again. I'm a little embarrassed by it. But
You
anyway,
should
yeah,
be.
that's how I know.
I hear hate saying that, like, we say bad things about hate sometimes.
Yeah.
I rebuke that in the name. Don't speak that over me. I'm like, shut up, boy.
It's very Christianese. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like anything about it. I don't.
So as far as the spirit, you are a spirit.
Yes.
But you
I'm
can't
sure of that.
explain you.
No, because I'm still getting to know me.
Oh, but how do you know you're a spirit then?
Oh, I know.
How?
Because who said it? Someone said it. It's an essence. You just know. It's like when I first heard from you,
Right.
and you said all of these things that I've never heard a preacher or a minister or whatever
Or
say.
Jesse.
Pardon?
Right, Jesse.
Jesse,
Right.
exactly. But I'm just saying the
I got
people
you.
who call themselves that,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yes.
So hearing those things, and, Jason and I were discussing this on the drive-in, that I had never heard it before, but I knew it was true.
Right, but how do you know you're a spirit, though?
Because I just know.
I've never said you were a spirit.
No, I know that to be true, though.
So how do you know you're a spirit, but you can't explain it?
I'm just saying it's similar to that,
Oh, I
to
see.
hearing from you, and I've never heard that before, but I know it's true with the spirit conversation.
Right.
I know it's true because the body is of no use, really. Even like for those people whose bodies break down, I believe that those people, the body is of no
Did you
use.
say the body of no use?
I don't, not once we, who was laughing so vibrantly?
I don't want to, I rebuke that.
Thank you.
My body is of use. I need this old body to walk around, exercise, sleep, eat.
Yeah, I'm saying it's no use after we leave this realm.
But there was one guy that he took up with the body. So I wasn't back on that one either.
Really?
Did somebody go up with their body? Who? Yeah, what? Yeah. So I wouldn't bank on that with the body either.
What about
What
the people
about-
who get the ones who get cremated then.
What?
You know, the ones who get cremated.
Get cremated? They have cheap parents. They try to save some money. And they don't want the funeral to last that long.
But they don't have a body.
That's what I'm gonna do with my wife. I'm just gonna burn her. Have a little cheap box. I'm not even going through the ocean. I'm gonna tell the people, do whatever you want. It's just ashy now.
Yeah.
But okay,
It's a
so
waste of money.
so you are a spirit, but you can't explain it.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things. It's inexplicable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Frankie, did you have your hair? You did not. Joel, Andre, did you have your hair? You did have your. Oh, so I think you're the last one. Are you a spirit? Did you raise your hand that you're a spirit?
Yes.
And what is a spirit?
It's true nature, my true nature within.
What does that mean?
My true nature, who I really am.
What is the true nature?
A piece of God's nature.
What?
A piece of God's nature.
And what is that?
My spirit within.
What? I was like, I thought for sure. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I thought for sure you would say something else. But you say your spirit is your true nature?
My spirit within, yeah.
Is your true nature?
Yes.
But your true nature is evil.
Well, I don't believe that to be true.
You don't believe your true nature? You
No.
believe it to be good?
The not me is evil.
You believe your true nature to be good?
My true nature is a reflection of God's nature. It's a piece of God's nature.
So, but you believe your true nature to be good?
Right.
It's not a contest, I'm just asking.
No, I know. Yeah, yeah.
And what's good about your nature?
Because it's God's nature.
No, tell me what's good about it.
It's God's nature.
No. You tell me that it belongs to God and it's about Him, but what is good about your nature right now?
Because it's my true nature, which is of God's nature.
I know, but what's good about it? You can't name
It's
anything that's good about it?
It's of the light.
What? Tell me something good about this good nature you have.
That is good.
What does that mean?
It's the light. The light of God.
And how do you know, for the sake of time?
Because I know myself, and I know that that's the truth. I've discovered that for myself.
And so you're a good person.
I mean, there's still influences. There's also the devil is a spirit and God is a spirit. So you could be influenced by evil, but I know my true nature is not of evil. It's of good.
And how do you know that?
Because I know it. I know it to be
How?
true. It was revealed to me.
But for the people that want to know, like everybody watching right now,
Right.
how do you know that for them?
Well, it's enough for them to know that it's the light and it's a piece of God. I don't really have to try to over-explain because then I'm going to get into a fumble and then end up doing too much.
Amazing. Okay. Any more spirits? I got to everybody? Oh, God. You a spirit? Joel, hold your mic. You may want to change your mind. No, I'm playing. You are a spirit?
Not all the time.
Are you a spirit?
Yes.
But not all the time?
Not all the time.
What are you sometimes?
I
This is
think
so much fun, huh?
when the ego dies, you become a spirit.
But you're not a spirit now?
No.
What are you now?
I'm just a regular person caught up in the ego.
Oh, okay.
I think the spirit works in a higher vibration than normally, and then when the ego dies, that's when we get in touch with it.
Okay. Amazing. Okay. It's a fellowship. The young lady, what did you get from this whole conversation so far?
So as I was hearing everyone, growing up, I was taught that this world, we're all in a spiritual battle. And when I was younger, I know this is so childish, but in my head, I would see like demons and like warriors fighting, right? But I don't know. I don't know what a spirit is. And
so
I hear
what did you get from this conversation so far?
I don't know.
You don't know what you got? Were you paying attention?
I actually was paying attention. I was here.
Nice. And what did
Yeah.
you get from the conversation?
I heard a lot of things, but even then I still don't know what a spirit is, because I heard ball of energies, and then I heard a few other things where I'm just kind of like, okay, well, what is what is a spirit?
Okay.
And I don't know. I really don't know. And as you looked at me, and I'm like, Jesus, it took me back to my childish days, to what I was taught. And I don't know.
Okay.
I really don't know. Again, I could go back and I hear everyone, what they say. But then in my head, I'm still like, all right, we're doing warriors and demons. Like, are we slaying out there or what? I don't know.
All right. Amazing. What did you get from this conversation you've heard so far, Big Bob? Big Bob is the guest host with hate sometimes. For a black person, he's like really smart.
Nice.
It might be the son of Ben Carson. I don't know, Ben. I'm just saying.
Maybe.
No proof, no rumors or nothing. Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know what I got, because there were a lot of different, there was so many different answers.
Did you realize anything from the whole conversation, or what did you get from it?
No, because since I didn't raise my hand, I know from their answers, that's why I didn't raise my hand, because I don't know. All I know is that I am, nothing. I'm just a being. But the spirit part, I don't really know. I know there is a spirit, but I just don't really know.
Okay. And so from this conversation, you just didn't paying attention?
No, I was paying attention.
Oh, okay.
But just from what you asked me, from what their answers were,
right,
that I'll say that they didn't know what they were. That's
they didn't
why,
know what they were talking about?
Basically.
Yeah, what you were thinking like? Oh,
no, I didn't. Not that they didn't know what they were talking about. I understood what they were saying, but I just didn't necessarily agree with what they were saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Tennessee, what did you get from, you didn't raise your hand, right? Okay, what did you get from the conversation you've heard across the room?
It seemed like everyone had a challenging time defining what a spirit is, and that it seemed like everyone could see that there's good and bad, but defining that term was challenging. I'd have a challenging time defining it myself.
Okay.
That's
yes, sir, were you about to say something else? Okay, the young lady, what did you get from the conversation you heard about being a spirit?
That intellectually you cannot describe it.
Okay. Mason?
Can I read a scripture though?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So in Genesis chapter 2, verse 7.
Speak up a little bit.
In Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, it says, "Then God formed the man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living being." Now, I don't fully understand what a living being is, but that's as close to a definition as I found from Scripture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing, thank you. The young lady, what did you get from what you've heard about being a spirit?
Oh, I'm going to sound crazy. I can't.
So it all sounded crazy?
No, I'm going to sound crazy.
Oh,
again.
okay. Go ahead.
I don't know what a spirit is. I don't believe that we are anything. We just exist, and we're here. And thanks to you, I have now realized that you can catch yourself all the time doing what you're not supposed to do.
Yeah.
And I have lived all my life thinking that I was a wonderful, good person. And I have realized that I'm not.
Yeah.
Every day is a battle every day you have to catch yourself. I think that's why I work on myself every single day, because I know that there's nothing good inside.
Right on. And so what did you get from these spirits that were...
I have zero idea what they're talking about,
Oh, okay.
because I don't believe that there's nothing floating anywhere, and I just don't.
Okay. Amazing. Nice. Yes, Raymond.
This is what I receive from all those people who believe they're spirits.
Okay.
They just face the same truth a certain theologian named St. Augustine realized when it comes to time. When nobody asks them about what the spirit is, they believe they're known. But when they're confronted to explain it, they realize that they know absolutely nothing about what a spirit is.
Amazing. And who is St. Augustine?
He was an ancient theologian during the Roman Empire.
Whoa. Did you go to a white school? And when you joined your friend, he was outside while you were inside. Thank you, Raymond. What did you get from the spirit conversation? I'm coming to you.
One thing that struck me during the conversation, somewhere in the middle, I think you asked the individual, is it hard to know whether or not you're a spirit? And that's something clicked for me there, because in my head I said, yes, this is hard. This is hard for me to know, to understand. It's hard for me to define. Because I used to say I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, but like I can't differentiate anymore what I've been taught and just believed or what I know to be true anymore. I'm having a hard time.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Everything's learned behavior. Everything's been learned and taught, and certain things worked for me, so I said, yeah, that part's true. And I'm just like, yeah, that's the crossroad that I'm at right now.
Okay. Interesting. Yes, sir. You had your hand, right?
Yes.
What did you get from what you heard from the spirit people?
Yeah, so I think that I was thinking about the translation in Hebrew is the same word as wind. So spirit is like, we use the word wind. And when you ask, are you a spirit? I say, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Because any idea of myself, like you say, is like...
And so what did you get from the people who said they were spirits?
That's their ideas. It's a lot of ideas.
Oh, okay.
And but when I...
And then,
in the beginning...
in Hebrew, it means wings?
Wind.
What, wind?
Wind.
Oh, wind. I was about to say, I hope it's not chicken wings.
Wind. My accent is that bad.
Amazing.
I will try better.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Yes.
So, yes, I'm going
It's
to
so good to have you back.
I know, it's so
We
great to
miss
hear. Jesse, I have to call myself out right now. I don't know what a spirit is. I just realized it. Isn't that crazy?
I understand. No, this is part of the growth.
I mean, seriously, I'm really sitting here like, wow, where did I get that from? And I got it from someone saying that during that 7-year period I was in that church.
Absolutely. Amazing.
That's it. That's all I wanted to say.
That's
That kind of freaked me out a
you
little
want
bit.
That. You want to be able to see.
Yeah.
Alessa, what you get from hearing about the spirits?
It kind of just affirmed my not knowing of what a spirit is. I didn't raise my hand because I had no answer. I just don't know. But it's not that there's like a confusion within me that this isn't confusing to me. It's just as simple as I don't know. I heard a lot of people say a lot of different things, and the only thing that I kept, replaying in my head was how all of these words and all of these things are just like almost like a placeholder for what a spirit actually is, and I just don't know.
Amazing. So when you walk down the road, do you hear that song, Cherokee?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Now
look
I
like
do.
an Indian. Nice.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What I heard was a lot of ideas and a lot of like things that Satan maybe have planted in our brains. But I think that it's kind of interesting to the ego to want to need the idea that there is a spirit, to think that there is something more so that you don't feel like you're dead. So that, because I just heard egos. I just heard ego after ego after ego trying to explain how they were living and how they were alive as egos.
And so that's what you were thinking while they were speaking?
Correct.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Thank you. Andre, what did you get from what you heard from the people that are spirits?
I mean, I heard almost everyone say that they had one. And my question I don't know, just to, start off like that. I don't know myself, but what I heard that a lot of people said that they had one, which I'm questioning why. Why is there this separation between if they are a spirit, then why are they saying that they have one? Like
And when they explained it, did it make sense to you?
No, not at all.
Oh, it didn't?
It didn't.
Okay.
No, I was just focused on the idea of people just repeating that I have a spirit, but if you are a spirit, why are you saying you have one? So who's the I that says that I have
Okay.
one?
Nice.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, right here and then there.
It's easy for humans to latch on to like ideas and thoughts, and which is what you talk about. And that's why I didn't raise my hand, because I don't know. But I've been practicing this. I've been trying to practice this. What you say all the time is like not to have an opinion about anything.
Yeah.
And that's why I think we need to do that, practice that, even with spiritual things. Like, yeah, not even trying to formulate an opinion on, I'm a spirit or not. Because we truly, I don't know, and I don't think anybody knows.
Amazing. Yes, sir, the young man right behind you.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's so subjective, right? So, I grew up in this box, or should I say philosophy, to make it sound more pleasant, that you're not allowed to have your own opinion. The opinion is what's, for a lack of a better term, dogmatically dictated to you, or read to you, or told that you're allowed to think based on your insular religious stream, for a lack of a better term. But I actually found it very enlightening and to some extent therapeutic to listen to everyone's mindset and thinking about what they think their spiritual being is. I don't think there's a right or a wrong answer in that. The same way if you go to a spicy, Thai place and you order a pad see ew, you have no idea what you're going to get when you order medium spice. In fact, you almost want to downgrade your order because, last time I wanted, a notch under medium, but I was in the bathroom for 2 days, and so.
Well, thanks.
Just to take a tangent for a second. I love your red flower, by the way, there, and I love the way you say a boot. I have I have a fondness for the Canadian client of mine that says a boot the way you do. I'm not going to ask if you're from Canada, but I find the different expression of words fascinating. I've worked for a British company for a couple of years, and I now tend to use some British terms in my colloquialisms and verbose lexicon, if you will. But I also found the ruach comment fascinating because growing up in Israel, I was taught that we have these angels with us wherever we go in the form of spirits, or in Hebrew we say the winds of the spirits. And also the lovely reading of the Genesis there in terms of God breathing in the wind of life or soul, ruach nefesh in Hebrew, or the wind of the soul into Adam. And so that's how man was made. And so I guess what I'm trying to say in a very roundabout way,
Yeah,
that
make it short. I can't be.
Oh.
Yeah, I gotta move on, man.
I'm done.
No, you can make that final
Sorry.
point.
I guess what I was trying to say is I love getting other people's perspective. I seem to think that there are angels around me that are watching out for, and in some case against, my best interests. Kind of like the Mario and Luigi kind of video game metaphor. Mario is a good guy, Luigi's the best, or maybe it's the other way, I forget. But you know, there's kind of like this constant battle, and I see it every day. I see it in day-to-day life.
Yeah.
You know, I was doing something I shouldn't have been doing, and you know, I got that knock on my shoulder saying, "Don't do that," and you know.
Amazing. I understand. That's interesting. Thank you. Hey, what did you get from what you've heard from the spirits, people? I love the spirit people, so don't care. Yeah.
That they have the same amount of understanding pretty much that I have.
Oh, that ain't much, you know.
Right.
No, I don't know if y'all like that comparison. No, go ahead.
Yeah, just that.
Okay.
Just that. It's a word that we use. Spirit, both spirit and soul, are words that we use that sometimes sort of arrogantly and not, but we don't actually know what they are.
Oh, okay. So because of time, let me ask the biblical question. Hey, did you think about the biblical question this week? How many of you thought about the biblical question this week? And why the rest of you didn't think about it? You're working on yourselves. Do you know what the biblical question this week is?
No.
Oh. Oh, beta.
Your show last week.
You didn't watch it last
I'm sorry,
week?
I didn't. I was here.
You
My
fired.
brother-in-law had a surgery, and I've been busy
Right on.
with
I
that.
just, I'll mess with you. What's the biblical question, Hank, and what do you get from it?
The biblical question is, I keep on wanting to say, do you recognize? Have you discovered? Thanks, Donyale. Have you discovered the traitor in you?
And you say?
At times, I've thought this week that there must be one, because there's a lot of like counterproductive things at work in my mind and in my life.
And have you discovered it?
I don't think so.
You have not?
Right.
Okay. How about you, Omi? Omi is my PR Everybody don't know, Hake is from the Hake Report. The guy with the good hair, right? Omi is my Allah Abba PR guy.
That's right.
I love all people, even the Allah Abba. Go ahead. Have you discovered a traitor in you?
I think I have, and I see it kind of popping up in different ways, quietly, usually through subtle thoughts or doubts or weird ideas or imaginary arguments that only exist in my head and would never actually play out in the real world.
Okay. Interesting. Have you discovered a traitor in you? Yes.
This is the first time hearing the question, but I think, yeah, I got a bunch of them. Like,
Oh,
not
you
just
do?
one, yeah.
Yeah. Have you forgiven your mother?
Yes.
And how did that go? You went to her and forgave her?
It went fine. It wasn't like as big a thing, the moment for me,
Right.
and not for her either, because either she was playing or she didn't really understand, but I did it, so.
Right on. Okay.
In my heart, too, I did it.
Have you discovered a traitor in you, Joel? Joel Friday TV, Monday through Thursday. He black.
I'm not really sure of the question, quite what it means, but if I think, what I think it means is, I mean, just the thoughts and the lies.
Okay, so you have this. discovered a traitor in you?
Yeah, that if it's what I think it is, it's just the not me, the wicked spirits that just tell lies and try to convince you of things that aren't true.
And that's what you think it is, or and because you have not discovered yet?
No, it's just I'm not quite sure what you mean by the question, but if I think I know what you mean, then that's my answer.
Okay. Right here with the glasses. Have you discovered a traitor in you?
I haven't had much time to reflect on that.
You have not had much time? Have you been working on yourself?
Yes.
You sure?
I suppose, yeah. It's just every day you just, you do what is in front of you.
Okay. Have you discovered a traitor in you?
Yeah, I believe, well, kind of. What, say something, Jesse.
What do you want me to say?
Okay, I'll explain. So I definitely have been a traitor to others, for sure. And I know that I've heard you say that what you do to others, you do to yourself.
You're only doing
Right?
it to you. You're not doing it to them at all. You just think you are, but you're really doing it to you. But they think that you're doing it to them if they blame others for how they feel and what they think. But
Right.
you really, if you ever want to understand anything, what you're doing to others, you're really doing it to you. You're burning in hell trying to hurt someone else. You really are. That is so true. I don't know what to do with it. But go ahead.
Yeah, that's actually one of the things that I remember when I'm in moments where I behave in a way that where I could do better. But anyway, knowing that I've done it to others, I've done it to myself. So yes,
Okay.
I haven't discovered it exactly, but I know it's there.
Okay. Amazing. How about you, sir?
I think I got a glimpse of it one night, that there is a traitor in me.
Right.
And I just try to remind myself that whenever it wants to talk to me, or, when I get into thoughts.
And what was, are you able to say what the traitor was that you discovered?
I just remember I was lying in bed doing the silent prayer because there were so many thoughts. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't sleep. And a little bit of light came right here, like very bright, and I just saw myself grinning back at me. Looked like the devil almost.
Oh, okay.
Like a red version of me kind of grinning back, and I was just like, whoa.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's
Okay.
what it was, but that was the traitor I think you're talking about.
The young man behind you want to respond. Have you discovered the traitor in you?
Yes, I have.
And what did it look like?
Just be aware, and I come here to fix that.
No, what did the traitor look like that you discovered?
It's not me.
Okay.
It's not the real me.
Have you discovered a traitor in you?
No.
You have not?
I have not.
Oh, okay. How about you, Andre? Have you discovered the traitor in you?
Nowhere near what's there.
You have not discovered it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just the tip of the iceberg.
Amazing.
Yeah.
How about you, Francisco?
Yes, I have.
And what did it look like?
He's evil. He's manipulative. He is egotistical. He's angry. He's crazy.
Okay. Amazing. The one thing I want you all to know, and I really, yes, ma'am.
I didn't think about it all week because I didn't know the biblical question,
Right on.
but from what I have learned and from what I practice all the time now, I think the traitor in all of us is our thoughts, because it lies all the time. And we have to stop ourselves constantly from doing the wrong things so we can try to do the right things. And it just doesn't work. So the traitor in us is the thoughts
Okay. Amazing.
that we have to battle.
Yes, ma'am. Have you discovered a traitor in you?
Yes, a long time ago.
And what does it look like?
I would have to agree, kind of tag along with what she said. Definitely thoughts and just thrills. For me, I learned that I get a thrill off of being in a bind, like getting myself in binds.
A lot of people love that.
Like,
They
what is
love
happening?
to put themselves in bind and get the thrill from it.
Yes, like.
And then they love going out there, oh, I'm in such a bind. They love it. But go ahead.
But yeah, that's what I learned. That's would be one of my biggest traitors, along with thoughts, would be that too.
Right on. What has it been like since you discovered how evil you are? Now that you're seeing it, what's it like for you?
Oh wow, it's been so interesting because the other day I went to the show and a bunch of my classmates went as well. And I just like sitting by myself. Like, it's not because I'm sad or I look scared. I just like sitting by myself. And one of my classmates was like, Shaw, do you want to sit over here? And she just looked so like feeling bad for me.
Yeah.
And it came out so naturally. And I was like, no, thank you. And a while ago, that used to be really hard for me. I just give in, just sit by them just so they wouldn't, I don't know, feel weird or, I'm not being mean.
All human beings have that fear. That's a fear, and they're controlled and dictated by that fear. And the fear would have said to them, oh, they're going to think something wrong if you sit here by yourself. Or they're going to think something wrong if you say, no, thank you, I want to sit by. And that fear won't let them, it'll make them sit with the crowd before sitting alone. Absolutely. Nice.
Yeah. So that was one of the examples of like, oh, wow, like, it is what it is. I'm a little loose. I'm a little loose screwed.
Right on.
It's okay.
Stay with it. Really, stay with it. Yes, sir. Did I see your hand? Yeah. Okay.
So the question made me look for it for the first time.
Oh, nice.
So something's coming from it, right? So even as I'm explaining this, it's not because, oh, this is it. I know it. It's like, because the first thing I thought was, oh, isn't the traitor the thoughts? But now it's got me thinking, no, the thoughts are the demons, but the traitor in me is making me think that's the part of me that reacts to the thought.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like, hey, I know better, and it's like, yeah, gossip about this guy. This is your chance to say your piece about this person.
Yeah.
And then I go, yeah, so that guy, he doesn't like me, and this is why, and I give into it. So the traitor tells me, the traitor is the one who reacts to the thoughts. Okay. That's what I'm thinking.
Amazing. Okay. Interesting. Yes, ma'am. Why are you so deep in your head right now?
Because I was thinking a lot about what he said. I feel the same way, but I'm like that I'm easily swayed to want to take sides with the thoughts, and I did like a week ago. I sided with my thoughts, so I agree with how he put it. So I'm just deceiving it's like I'm deceiving, going against what I know is untrue. I'm like, I was agreeing with something, and I don't know exactly how to say it, except that I seen something, I thought it was, I put my opinion about it, and then I didn't give myself any space in between watching it when I already had a reaction to it.
Absolutely.
And I loved every minute of it. Terrible.
Amazing. All for the thrill.
Yes.
What a mess. It's amazing. We all have the same problem. There are no new problems. Every human being has the same problem. And we're so dumb and stupid. Can I say human beings are stupid and dumb? And yet we think we're smart, especially if you have a degree. Oh, Lord, don't give us a degree. You're like the cat's meow and just as dumb as a doorknob. Isn't that amazing? But you're right. You're right about that. Absolutely right. Amazing. Good. Did I see anything else about that?
No, that's it.
Did I see your hand? Okay. And then hate, hand. How human beings are so stupid? Really? Human beings are dumber than dumb. They don't know it. They put the dumber in dumb and made a movie. Yes.
Yes. Identities, anything one identifies with. This is to answer
So
to the
you've seen
biblical
the traitor
question.
in you?
Yes, I
Okay.
have. It's just that the idea of who I thought that was me my whole life, and now that I'm aware, or at least have been informed, if I'm aware, that it's not me, I'm like, okay, so all creativity, all imagination, I'm just looking and going like, okay, so what's one to do with all this, you know? But
Yeah.
that being the traitor causes me to just sit back and at least what you have taught so far that I've picked on is just do what's in front of you and that's it.
Okay.
And then everything else is just either distraction or, you know.
Amazing.
That's
Thank you.
my understanding.
The young man right behind you want to respond, and then the young lady, and then James, and I have to wind it up. Have you seen the traitor in you?
I think this lady nailed it. The traitor, I believe, is your thoughts and feelings.
Your thoughts and your feelings?
Yeah, that's the traitor.
So have you seen the traitor in you?
Yeah, lousy thoughts, lousy feelings equal lousy results.
Okay. Amazing.
Right? She nailed it, this lady.
Right
She
on.
nailed it.
Okay. Have you seen the traitor, young lady right there, yeah? Have you seen the traitor in you?
Yes.
And what did it look like?
Like liar, very judgmental,
Yeah,
choosing sides.
yeah.
You
You got to
too
live a
much.
life of not choosing sides if you want to be free.
Yeah.
I was talking to Francisco the other day, and one thing he doesn't choose sides anymore. You can literally, you were not meant to take sides. You weren't created for that reason. You're not supposed to take sides with your family, your friends, your coworker, or anyone. You're never supposed to do that. Very good point. Go ahead.
Just all these other emotions that I began to feel throughout the week on Monday, actually. And I was like, oh my goodness, I've had to do the silent prayer so many times this week that it's like insane because I would feel myself go unconscious and just become somebody that I'm not.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So-
That's why God said, pray without ceasing. And don't forget to pray. Don't forget to be present, to be with Him. Right here, right now, at all times.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, that's what happens. You go right back into hell.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yes, sir. Did I see your hand?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Just to answer the question about the traitor.
Yeah, have you seen the traitor in you?
Yes.
And what did it look like?
It looks like everything. It looks like a peaceful thought, something practical with emotions tied to it, just burning emotions. Like the second I don't even open my eyes, I'm just awake. Like my eyes aren't even open and I already feel the thoughts cooking.
Yeah.
And it's just ready to steer me down the wrong path. So I'm getting a lot better at catching it. So
Right on.
now
You
that I
gotta
see
catch
it, it's
it.
just
Yeah.
right in front of me.
Amazing. Hey, did you have a question from online?
No.
Oh, you had your hand up?
Yeah.
Okay.
You said that what we're doing to others, we're doing to ourselves.
100%.
It seems like what you think others are doing to you, you're doing to them and yourself.
When you think you can only hurt somebody, it's like one lady was here last Sunday, she said that when she walked into her office, she's thinking about what people are thinking about her, and she has to dress a certain way. That's not really happening. And if it is happening, it's only happening to her. It's happening to the people who are thinking it, right?
Yeah.
But it's not happening to the other person unless they think it's happening. It's really not happening at all to you unless you think that it's happening.
But it is your attitude towards them.
Yeah.
It becomes your attitude towards them.
Meaning what?
Meaning that's how you start treating them because you think that they're
Absolutely.
doing something to you.
If you walk into the office and you think somebody's judging your fro, you're going to get mad. And the people probably not even think about your fro. Or they may think, oh, you have a nice fro. But you'll get mad and now you're going to throw your fro all around the office. You're going to walk through the office with a big George Floyd pin in your head, trying to prove something. That what you mean?
Yeah, I said something this week to somebody, or last week, and they didn't respond. And my mind went crazy, just judging the person.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
And just in my imagination about why the person didn't respond or whatever.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's how the devil operates. Big Bomb, you see the traitor in you?
Yes.
And what does it look like? An example.
The two words that came to me were judgment and lying or liar. Yeah.
Amazing, huh? That's another thing. You were not created to judge at all. You're not created to judge. And you can avoid judging if you wanted to even now. All you have to do is not listen to the thoughts. That's all you do. Stop listening to the thought, no judgment. And you're going to be able to see what's going on because God would allow you to see. That's your protection. He looks after us, right? By allowing us to see. But he doesn't want you to have an opinion about it. Opinions are evil. Absolutely evil. You could see you could see your wife beating you. And you say, oh, my wife beating me. She beat me to death. Ouch. But don't hate her. Don't have an opinion about it. And it'll work itself out. It really will. I know I see a cup ahead. I got to do it really fast. Yes, ma'am. And then here.
The traitor also looks like an urge to control outcome.
It is a traitor.
To control. It also looks like shame sometimes.
Yes.
And the idea of thinking that I'm the one who is ashamed rather than there's a shame demon or whatever it is. But I wanted to ask a question regarding...
You can't.
Huh?
I can't. You can hear.
I can't hear. Can I ask a question?
No.
No.
All the time. Make it short and fast. And give her a one-word answer.
Okay.
Whoever she's about to talk to.
Doing things to yourself.
You want to ask me the question?
Ask you.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah. When you say, when you do something, you're doing it to yourself.
Right.
I'm not fully making sense of what you mean.
Oh, okay.
I've heard it before.
Right.
But it makes no sense.
When you're judging your fellow man, oh, she thinks she's something. You're talking about you. And you're one with the devil, and the devil give you those ideas, and you're burning in hell. All that judgment you have about others, you're having the pain behind it. The person you're judging is not having the pain. You're having the pain.
So you're speaking is like the demon is speaking of you of what's going on in your. Still, it still doesn't make sense because.
Okay, well, smoke on it.
Okay.
I ain't got time to make it make sense. Because of time.
Okay.
But it's a good question. It's not a bad question at all. I just don't have the time. It looks like you're going to be difficult right now. Real fast, sir.
Well, I feel like I've learned that all my problems are my own creation, that I've been self-sabotaging my whole life. That before I learned that I was self-sabotaging,
Right.
I would blame others. That
I
was
see.
my form of judgment. Just say, no, that person is the reason why that's happening to me. But
Well, you're a little off in that you have never created a problem. You have never caused a problem.
Right.
You have never had anything to do with it except you agreed with it and went along with the devil. Because everything that has happened to you was evil. spirits in you, in the mind, making you do the things you've done. God has never judged you for anything because he knows that something else is driving you. You just don't know it because you have identified with it. You think your anger is you. You think robbing that bank is you. You think your wife is dead under the porch because you buried her under the ground there is you. It was never you. You were influenced. You think the so-called good things you think and feel is you. It's not. You were influenced.
Right.
So you can't take responsibility for any of that. Your only responsibility is you got to watch you, and not you. That's the only responsibility you have. So let me just say about the traitor that's in you. And the young lady is right. It's the thoughts. It's the thoughts. What you don't know, your thought is your bitter enemy. Your thoughts are pure wickedness and evil. There's nothing good about thought. Your thought is your Judas. Your thoughts is your Judas. And your thoughts pretend to be friends. It pretend to give you the answer to a situation. It'll come and kiss you on the cheek and give you an answer. And it'll give you an answer to it. And why it's setting you up to be destroyed. Because it knows you're going to believe it. And you listen to Judas, and you carry out the act and destroy yourself. When Christ was talking about Judas in the Bible, and when you read the New Testament, you're going to see this now, I hope. He was talking about, Christ always talked about spiritual things, for the most part, but you thought he meant physical things. And the people that were listening to him, except for those who were able to see, they thought he meant physical. He was always talking spiritual. And even when he gave when Judas did what he did to Christ, he was talking about spiritual things. And those things are happening in your mind because the devil got your mind. He's living in you. The devil was doing that to you. Judas is inside of you. That's why you turn on other people. You'll be a friend to someone now. As soon as you get mad at them, your wife or your husband, you're going to turn Judas right over and tell the neighbor, oh, my husband beat me, or my husband cheated, my husband is this, right? You're Judas. But it's happening all the time in your mind. When you listen to the lies, consult with thoughts, you're consulting with Judas, with the devil. You don't understand yet. That's what I was saying to my friend here is that she thought she had at least further along. The moment you think you're further along, you're way in hell. And this thing about you are a spirit, you have no idea if you're a spirit or not. You've been told that, you read about it, and you're afraid not to identify with something. If you want to be free, and I promise you this, you got to get rid of this false idea that you're a spirit. It's just another form of identity that you're holding on to, and Judas is going to use that against you. Because you're a spirit. What's wrong with accepting I'm a nothing? I know nothing, I am nothing. Why can't you just be something? I mean, nothing. Judas won't let you. The mind put something there so you can identify with it. And now you walk around thinking you're a spirit. It doesn't mean a thing. But you think it. All thoughts are all lies all the time about anything. God tells you to think on nothing. You want to know the truth. You don't want to think about it. You want to know who you are. You want to think about it. And you don't know who you are at this point. And so you got to do what you want with this idea that you're a spirit. You got to, what God is trying to do is clear all the demons of ideas away from you. He doesn't want you to have any ideas about anything or anyone. But you do. And the devil give you those ideas. Oh, you read in the Bible, you're a spirit. You got to be something. I was talking to a young man the other day, and he was like, it makes sense that I'm nothing, but who am I? He was like, that makes sense, but who am I? It was totally making sense, but yet Judas, Satan, the spirit of the lie was trying to make him, you got to be something. You got to have something to identify with. And then somebody said to him, you're a spirit. And he's like, oh, yeah, okay, I'm a spirit. That was a setup. It was a setup. You want, and will get, if you stay with this, you're going to have a clear mind. You got to have a clear mind. And then the Spirit of the Father, the teacher, will speak through you. And you would know without a doubt. But you got to get rid of, you're not a Jew nor a Gentile. You're not a Christian nor a saint. You're not a sinner nor or free. You're none of those things. You're not guilty or innocent. You're not a spirit or not a spirit. You're none of those things. Don't let the demon make you pick up other identities. Christ is trying to make you get rid of the identities. This is why relationships don't work, marriages don't work, because you put identities on them. And as soon as you tell that preacher, okay, the preacher says, I pronounce you husband and wife, now it's ownership. It's ownership now. You got to think like I think. You got to do like I do. You got to act the way I want you to act. You got to say what I want you to say. It's ownership. Because you put identity to it. You're not. Forget about this idea of being a spirit. He's trying to give you a clear mind, a no-thinking mind. You want a no-thinking mind. Human beings are evil to the core. And don't assume you made it. Wherever making it is, or you're further along than what you think. That's another thought and another idea and another lie. The mind, which is of the devil, is, you don't understand the demonic, how evil it is. The mind is. It's a liar, it's a deceiver. It is your enemy. It's your Judas. I promise you that, I promise you that. And I'm learning as I go too, so I'm telling you what's been revealed, and it will be with you too, if you stay with it. You just got to stay with it. No matter what happens out there or in here, you got to stay with it. You got to stay watching. The greatest sin that you can commit is to forget to be present, to watch. That's your greatest sin. And it's so easy for you to forget. You can walk out of this room and forget about everything that was said because you don't stay present. You got to stay present. You got, and all knowing, all life, everything is in the moment. It's in the present. It's not in your imagination about the past or the future. You're supposed to take no thought about the past or the future because that's where the devil dwells and all his demons. Because that's time. In God, there is no time. Eternal life is always right here, right now, all the time. Eternal life. So practice staying present. Don't take sides. You're going to see this for yourself if you stay with. Don't take sides. Just because the family, oh, we got to stick with the family. No, you don't. That's not your family anyway. They don't like you. Have you noticed when you don't take sides, the other side get mad at you because you didn't take sides? And then if you switch sides, now this other side going to get mad at you because you were on their side before. Because you're wrong. You're not supposed to take sides. Don't take sides not with mama, and mama will build an army. Your brother told me, your sister told me she hate me. And I'm the mama. Like, that's right, mama, don't, I can't believe she said that. Let me call her. Why you tell mama you hate her? Mama building an army and you have taken sides. Don't take sides, all right? You got to live a right here, right now life. And you will when you overcome this. Really. You got to die. You must die from the ego life. That false life. That's why you don't want to do what you want with this spirit thing if you want to. But you got to drop it so you can die from that idea. It's just a thought. It's just an idea. That's why nobody can explain really what it meant. It's just an idea you have that you picked up, and now you walk around thinking you're a spirit. Lord have mercy. I'm a spirit in the body. And have no idea what it means, can't explain it or anything. Isn't that a mess? Your enemy is your thoughts, or all your thoughts, and that emotion that comes with it. Emotions are not necessary. And in closing, there is never, ever, but never, ever, never, ever, but never, 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 ever. I don't care what happens. There's never a reason to be angry. There's not one thing that another person can do to you or you can do to yourself that you should get angry. Anger is evil, And anger is in you, and you are the problem because you have identified with anger. If someone can make you feel something or think a certain way, that's your problem. It's inside of you. It's in you. Don't you understand that? Make me want to yell like the N-word right now. Some of you don't know what the N-word is. Huh? Y'all are so pure. Now do you see there's no such thing as racism, sexism, homophobism, Islamophobism, Debbie-Dadism, Allah-u-Abba-ism, anti-Semitism. It's all made up words to deceive you, to keep you from knowing it's spiritual. And that's the worst of the devil. And y'all stupid human beings walk around hating each other. The devil in you hate the devil in someone else. Cut it out and be free. You can be free. You can have perfect peace right here, right now if you drop the ego. All you got to do is stop identifying with the thoughts and you have perfect peace right now. And you can take it or leave it. You don't want to be friends? Okay, bye. You have a right not to want to be friends. You don't want to be married? Okay, bye. Bye, husband. Bye, wife. And you won't feel a thing about it because your identity comes from God. But if your identity is coming from the physical world, you're going to be in pain when you lose whatever is important to you. Isn't that amazing? You can have perfect peace right now, I promise you. And all this stuff that's going on outside will have nothing to do with you. The kingdom of heaven is within. Why not return to the kingdom of heaven and just live? It's done. It's been completed. There are Christians who are so dumb Christians. They're reading the Old Testament and they're waiting for the kingdom to come. They think Christ is going to come back down in a cloud, in the wind, and Gabriel going to be around him on a tiger. Something like that. And Christ was speaking spiritual, and he has already returned spiritually. He's already with you. And y'all wait. He said it's done. The devil has been defeated, which means death has been defeated. He took the sting out of death. It doesn't exist anymore. Death has been completed. So Raymond, there's no reason to be afraid of death. It's just a word. You're afraid of a word. It's just a word. When you die from that ego, you're going to see that you're afraid of a word called death. It's just a word. Because you in your head, you believe a lie. So in closing, and I know you had a quick question. Yes, sir.
Wait.
I think it was a dumb thought, but I'm just going to say it anyway. You know, when you talk about going through the valley, how would you know if you're going back into hell or you're going through the valley?
Interesting question. I almost don't want to ask, but I will. When you have gone through the valley of the shadow of death, there will be no more fear.
Okay.
There will be no more fear. And God is trying to take you through the valley of the shadow of death by telling you, okay, sir and ma'am, sir, lady, man, when you feel the fear, that's the valley of the shadow of death. When you feel lonely, that's the valley of the shadow of death. When you feel worried, suicidal thoughts, emptiness, or whatever it is, let yourself feel that and do nothing about it. Let it be there. And go through hell, because that is hell. That's the ego death, dying, death of the ego. And when you go through hell, the other side of hell is heaven. But you can't get to heaven unless you go through hell. You must die of all your ideas and imagination. You must die to get to heaven. So you got to go through the hell. You got to go through the hell. Somebody trying to give you hell? Okay, give me all the hell you can give me. And let me go through this valley of shadow of death. And so once you get, and don't get in your head that you're through the valley. If you're thinking about it, you're not through the valley, because there is no thinking. So do you understand you got to present your body so that God can take you through the valley of shadow? You got to go through the hell. You can't get drunk to avoid the hell. When you walk into your room, the first thing you do is turn on the TV because you can't stand that lonely fear thought you're having. Feel it. Don't turn the TV on right away. Wait until you go through it. Wait till you see it. But that's what it means. All the things in your imagination is the valley of the shadow of death. And I want you to know, in this room alone, you don't know the depth of your evil. I'm looking at y'all look so nice and dressed up, Sunday clothes, but you're evil to the core. Every one of you in this room are evil. And you got to die from that evil spirit, but you got to let it happen. No such thing as a good person. Not one. It doesn't exist, except for those who are dying and overcoming. And so don't get your head any idea what that's about. You'll see along the way. While you're going through the valley, you're going to know what good is moving through it. It has nothing to do with you. Isn't that amazing? Oh, amazing. I'm out of time.
Do you have a new biblical question?
I don't. I have one in the morning, I hope. Okay. I'm waiting on the Lord. I'm so glad to see you. Yeah. I am so out of time, but listen, in closing, your imagination is evil. All thoughts are evil, wicked, deceiving, not your friend, your pure enemy. Your enemy is within. You're living with the enemy. And you have identified with the enemy when you believe it and when you act upon it. It's enough to see it. But the devil, you have no idea how wicked the imagination is, but when you die from it, you will see it. And get on this journey and stay there. And don't let Satan deter you from it. He'll find all kind of reasons to take you out. Oh, don't go to church tomorrow. You don't need it. Wait until the women's forum or the men's forum. He doesn't want this kind of fellowship to happen. He would rather for us to sit here, read the scriptures, sing hymns. Really. If we were like, 1 John, and nothing wrong with reading the scripture. I like the lady that read it today. It was a very good point. But not to remember. Don't do it to remember. Let it go in one ear and out the other. So do the silent prayer, forgive, because demons are driving every human being. There's not one. They are driven by demons. Unlike you, they don't know it yet. They think it's them. Anybody that's looking for love from another human being, you're wicked. Because the human beings don't have love. They don't have love to give. Stop beating them. You can't beat the love out of them. You're going to love me, you stand, and you're going to love me. No. So anyway, I'm out of time. Do the silent prayer. Forgive your mother and your father. I don't care what race you are, what religion you belong to. Forgive your mother and your father. And you're not going to see that there's no difference between a Christian and an atheist. The atheist. A Jew and an atheist. Your religion is your prison. Your morality is your prison. Drop your morality. You don't even know what it is. Really, your morality is your prison. You want to be free? Drop your morality. And you'll be free. I'm out of time. Do the silent prayer and no meeting, right, James? Right. No meeting this week. Merry Christmas. So get on this. You're going to love this straight and narrow path, especially when everybody else start falling away. You'll be like, right on. That's my enemy, and I didn't know it. That's your enemy. Let them go. Don't resent them. Don't judge them. Don't take side. You work on you, all right? Merry Christmas. Don't forget to donate. We need your support. We have a challenge grant going, so help us get this challenge grant completed. I think that's it. Bye. Amazing.